Alright, what's going on, everybody? We are live for the Renegades and the Stallions here. Week 3 of the UFL already. We got the Renegades and the Stallions. Stallions playing on Friday for the second straight week. Stallions are 1-1. Renegades are 2-0. A rematch of the season opener last year. A game I know the Stallions won. I don't remember the score though. But welcome to the stream, everybody. We've got the Renegades and Stallions tonight. Give me 1 second to pull up the comments. And let me also put out a poll. Stallions with a new starting quarterback tonight. Matt Corral will get the start after Alex Magoo started the first couple of games for the Stallions, but he has now been placed on IR with a shoulder injury. So it'll be former Ole Miss quarterback and former third-round NFL draft pick of the Carolina Panthers, Matt Corral, getting the start for the Stallions. Was the Week 1 starter last year, actually against the Renegades, and played decently well in that game, but then Adrian Martinez took over and eventually won league MVP. But the Stallions and Renegades game should start within the next couple minutes. The Stallions currently leading the USFL conference with a 1-0 record. The Renegades second in the XFL at 2-0. The XFL conference is actually the extreme. You got the three teams who are 2-0, the Renegades, Battlehawks, and Defenders. Although 2 of those teams play tomorrow, or Sunday. The Battlehawks and Defenders. And then you've got the Brahmas, who are just sitting down there 0-2. Renegade quarterback Luis Perez leads the league with 375 passing yards so far this season. Definitely seen a lot more defense than we have offense in the first couple of weeks. We have seen a couple of teams score 30 points, but it's only been because, or it's been in blowouts. The Stallions with their home opener here today. They will host the Renegades. Stallions playing on Friday for the second straight week, so technically it's not a short week for them. Renegades go from playing Saturday last week to Friday this week. The Renegades, the 2023 XFL champions. The Stallions have won a spring football championship for the last 3 years. The Renegades will get the ball first as the Stallions kick off. And the kick here going to be returned from about the 3-yard line. On the return, he'll slip and get tripped up at the 23-yard line. And that is where Luis Perez and the Renegades offense will take over here. Perez leads the league in passing yards, was great last year, also led the league in passing yards. Probably the best quarterback in the UFL. But a really good player. He goes against a very good Stallion defense. So 1st and 10 here from the 23. Perez in shotgun. Kalen Balaj line up to his right. He'll start off on the ground. Balaj up the middle. And he'll gain a nice pickup. Still going. Balaj getting carried towards a first down. And Balaj, let's see, is he going to have one? Looks like it's going to be just short. No, they're going to give him a first down. First down, Renegades, 10 yards for Balaj on first down. Like 7 of them came after contact. So first and 10 here. Perez and shotgun, Balaj to his right. Handoff Balaj again. This time met in the backfield and dropped for a loss. DeMarcus Gates in on the tackle. And it's 2nd and 12. So 2nd and 12. DeMarcus Gates was with the Bears the past couple years. Actually, no, he was with the Stallions last year. But he's had some playing time with the Bears in the NFL. Really, really good player. One of my favorite players in the UFL. He's really fun to watch. Really do it all. Perez to throw for the first down. We'll find Isaiah Winstead had a big game last week. And Winstead going to gain 12 and have a first down. Winstead last week, 7 catches, 73 yards. One of the better games we've seen a receiver have this season. Throw from Perez a little behind him, but Winstead able to make the catch and get a first down for the Renegades. So 1st and 10 here from their own 44. Perez in the pistol, Balaj behind him. We'll hand off, Balaj right side, going to try to turn the corner, nowhere to go, and Balaj taken down at the line of scrimmage. Make it 2nd and 10. So 2nd and 10 here. 12:40 to go in the opening quarter. Renegades with the ball on the game's opening drive. Perez in the pistol, Balaj behind him. From the 44, Winstead in motion. Off play action here, Perez pressured, going to try to set the screen for Balaj, but floats over his head, and it's incomplete. So after the incompletion, I'll make it 3rd and 10 here. Good opportunity here for the Stallions to get off the field. Perez in shotgun, Balaj to his right. Perez to throw here on 3rd and long. Perez pressure, jump pass, downfield, incomplete. Bounces at the feet of the intended receiver, Tyler Vaughns, and it's 4th down. So the Renegades will send on Marquette King to punt it away. I believe he's the oldest player in the UFL at 36. Was the UFL Special Teams Player of the Week last week. And he's on to send it away here as the Renegades opening drive stalls at their own 44. So King punts it away to Amari Rogers. And Rogers will field this at the... No, he's going to let this go over his head and it's down inside the 10. At the 7-yard line. A great punt for the Renegades. And the Stallions can be backed up deep inside their own territory. So Matt Corral going to come onto the field as the Stallion starter. Will get his first start of the season. Corral, 198 yards, touchdown, 2 interceptions last week. Definitely didn't play his best game, but was pretty solid. Hold on 1 second. Be sure to vote in the poll if you guys have Renegades or Stallions. I've got the Stallions winning this game. I forgot the score I said last night when I made my predictions video. I got the Stallions 18-13. Hey, what happened here? Yo, why won't this load now? Hold on. The Stallions with the ball, 10:57 to go in the first quarter. Although for some reason this won't load. Hold on. Why will this not load? That's annoying. Everything else plays fine, but not this. Hold on. The Renegades have the ball back. So the Stallions supposed to turn it over, although I can't figure out how because I can't watch the game. Hold on. I'm gonna try to restart my computer, although I don't think that's the problem. But the Renegades turn it over. Oh, sorry, the Stallions turn it over. Give me 1 second. Alright, let's see what happened. The Stallions threw a pick. Corral threw his third pick of the season already. Stallions went 3 plays, 2 yards. And Corral threw an interception. Hold on. For some reason this isn't working. Why will this not work? Alright. I have no idea why this won't play. Sorry about that, guys. I got it on my phone for like 2 minutes, but I'm not signed in here. Hold on. We got 8:50 to go in the first quarter. 2nd and 8 here for the Renegades. After they got the interception. Got a 2nd and 8 from the Stallion 21. Touch pass forward here to Javonta Payton. And he'll gain 7. on the jet sweep. Third and 1 here for the Renegades. Handoff. Balaj didn't get it. Stopped short. And it brings up fourth down. Balaj may have actually lost half a yard from where the spot comes in. So it brings up fourth down. It's 4th and 2 here for the Renegades. They're going to send on the field goal unit to try to get the game's first points and take an early 3-0 lead. Their kicker 2 of 3 on the season, long of 27. This is a 32-yarder from the right hash, and his kick right down the middle. And the Renegades capitalize off the Corral interception. 3-0 as the Renegades lead. Although we got a flag down on the field goal. Hold on. We got too many men on the field for the Stallions, and that's going to result in a first down for the Renegades. Yeah, the Stallions, they couldn't get that extra guy off the field. The Renegades going to take the points off the board, which could be risky, but I mean, understandable here. First and goal from the 10. Perez in shotgun back to his left. So hand off here, Balaj up the middle. And KO and Balaj going to gain about 4 down at the 6-yard line. I can't figure out why I can't get this to work. I gotta try to figure this out next commercial. Second and goal from the 7, it's actually spotted. Perez in shotgun, Balaj to his left. Bring receiver across the formation. Perez to throw. Looking towards the end zone, that is incomplete. Overthrew Isaiah Winstead. And it brings up third and goal. They're trying to get a fade to Winstead. But Perez threw it out of the end zone. Third and goal. 6.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Third and goal from the 7. Perez in shotgun back to his right. Perez looks to throw. Perez pressured. Taken down for a sack. The Stallions defense gets a stop. And again, it's going to be fourth down here for the Renegades. We'll have to settle for another field goal try. And I can't watch it here. Hold on. Ronnie Perkins with the sack on third down. Brings up fourth and goal from the 10. And the Renegades going to have to settle for 3. And the kick for the Renegades, a 28-yarder, is good. Alright, they're going to go to commercial. I can't figure out how to watch the game. It was working fine, but now it's not working. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Any of you guys having a problem with the Fox Sports website? That's how I always watch the game. It always works fine. And for some reason, every other game works, and every other one of their broadcasts works. It's just this game that won't play. Oh, never mind. We got it. We got it. We're good. Never mind. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, I had to deal upstairs. I just asked my dad to help me, but I figured it out. I didn't figure it out. So, I asked him to go do something on his computer, but he didn't need to, because I got it to work. So now I'm going to make sure I don't switch off the tab, because that's what happened the last time. Alright, we're good now. Renegades up 3-0 on the Stallions after a field goal try for the Renegades, a 28-yarder up and good. Matt Corral with a interception on the Stallions' third play from scrimmage. Corral, that's the one thing he needs to work on. I thought he played fairly well last week, but he just needs to cut down on some of the turnovers. He threw 2 picks last week, almost had another 2. Really could have been 4 picks for him. It was only 2, but if he can cut down on the turnovers, I think he could be a really, really good player. I always think Matt Corral's had a rough opportunity between his time the Panthers having to sit and then getting hurt in spring training, or not spring training, sorry, that's baseball, in training camp. Never really getting a chance. Then he got cut when he was coming back from getting hurt. I always liked him as a player. The Stallions, 5 turnovers this season. They've thrown 4 interceptions, already 1 tonight. They returned the kick to roughly the 30. And let's see what Matt Corral and the Stallions offense can do on their second possession. So 5:35 to go. Renegades up 3-0. From the 30, Corral and shotgun. Corral off play action throws over the middle. That is caught to over midfield to the Renegade 48-yard line. A nice start to the drive. Completion for 22 yards. This is a simple RPO. The safety attacks the line of scrimmage. Corral, something he's really good at. Here's another quick throw out to Davion Davis. And Davis, another 14 yards. 2 really nice plays to start this drive for the Stallions. Happy Friday. Hey, how's it going? Happy Friday to you as well. Corral really good at these little short RPO type throws. Had a lot of that in college at Ole Miss. Here's a quarterback draw here. Corral up the middle. And he's going to gain 8. Not if that was actually a quarterback draw or if Corral just decided he was going to tuck that. But not quite the runner that Alex Magoo is. But he is still fairly mobile. 2nd and 2, Corral and shotgun. CJ Marable, who missed last week's game, but back for this week's game. He's lined up to his left. We're going to hand this off. Marable is stuffed at the line, nowhere to run. And it's 3rd and short. It'll be 3rd and 2. Here for the Stallions. Could be 4-down territory. If, say, they throw an incompletion or something like that. Four minutes to go in the first quarter. Corral and shotgun. Marable to his right. From the Renegade 26, they're going to hand this off. Marable up the middle. Didn't get it. Taken down a yard short. And it's 4th and 1. Decision time here for Skip Holtz and the Stallions. It's 4th and 1. They're going to keep the offense out there. Looks like they may be going with the T formation. It is the T formation. Corral under center. It's going to be quarterback sneak out of that formation, and let's see. I think he got it. We got two completely different spots that are about a yard off. One spot gives him the first down, the other spot doesn't. You have to get to the 24. Oh, he's got it. So it's a first down for the Stallions. I definitely like how they do something different out of the T formation, because usually they'll just hand it off to one of the guys on the outside, usually. And definitely need to change it up a little bit. Marable here gets the carry, bounces outside, try to go further outside, but he's taken down. Nice tackle there. And it's 2nd and 8 after a 2-yard gain. Corral, he's 4 of 5, 39 yards and interceptions. So technically he's completed every pass, just one of them went to the wrong team. 2nd and 9. Here for the Stallions. They're going to give Marable a yard on that first down carry. 7-play, 48-yard drive so far. Much better than their first. Corral looks to throw. Pump fakes the screen now. Zips one over the middle. Caught by Sternberger. And Jay Sternberger loses the ball in the end zone. It is recovered by the Renegades. Wow, a huge turnover there for the Stallions. Sternberger probably has a touchdown. The ball gets punched out. And right when it looks like the Stallions are about to score, it's Renegades' ball from the 20 after its touchback. Yo, that definitely is out before he crosses the goal line. Wow. Right when it was looking like a good drive for the Stallions as well, Sternberger fumbles like 2 yards away from the end zone. And 2 drives, 2 turnovers here for the Stallions. Yikes. Alright, so I just saw the interception for Corral. They took a shot in the first play, trying to get like a 20-yard corner route. Corral just overthrew it. And it got picked off. So the Renegades get the ball back. After the second turnover in as many drives for the Stallions. Hold on 1 second. Alright, but we still wait for them to come back from commercial. Renegades up 3-0 with the ball back on their own 20-yard line. After it. It's a really nice defensive play. He's probably not going to take him down short of the goal line, because Sternberger's much bigger and stronger, but he's just able to punch the ball free. And it's a really nice defensive play, and the Renegades get the ball. I believe the touchbacks come out of their own 20. When it's something like that. So 2:01 to go in the first quarter. Renegades up 3-0. Miles Dorn, number 46, with the forced fumble. Touchback's actually to 25. So Perez and shotgun, back to his left. They'll throw to the outside quickly. There's Vaughns, and Tyler Vaughns gains 5. So it's 2nd and 5. Perez is 3 of 6, 35 yards. The UFL passing leader coming into this week. 2nd and 4. They actually gave him 6 on first down. Perez to throw. Outside, there's Vaughn's again. And he's going to have a first down. And Vaughn's almost broke a tackle right there. He's going to gain 5 and a first down for the Renegades. Minute 10 to go in the opening quarter. The Stallions outgaining the Renegades 71-55. But 2 turnovers and the Renegades with a 3-0 lead. 1st and 10 from their own 36. Perez in shotgun. Canelo at the tight end in motion. They're gonna lots of different moving parts there. That's interference. Vaughn's the target for the 3rd straight play, got tackled before the ball got there. It's going to be pass interference against the Stallions and an automatic first down for the Renegades. But a lot of different moving parts on that play for Arlington. They fake the handoff, fake the reverse, and then threw an over route to Tyler Vaughns, who got tackled before the ball got there. And it's pass interference and a first down for the Renegades. Yeah, Vaughns is actually on the ground by the time the ball bounces. So 1st and 10 from the 46. There's the handoff, left side. Day Hunter and he'll gain 4. Put a nice game last week. Renegades, they got a really nice running back room. Kellen Balaj can kind of do it all. He's more of your every down back. But Day Hunter is smaller, faster guy, shiftier guy. And then you got Devion Smith, a great goal line back who we saw in week 1 with 3 carries, 3 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Really like what they have at running back. But that is how the first quarter will come to a close. Renegades lead the Stallions at 3-0 and have the ball as we enter quarter number 2. Stallions haven't gone off to the best start. A couple of turnovers and a couple of drives. I mean, the second drive, they did look pretty good. They moved the ball, got down into the red zone, should have scored, but fumbled. Renegades was also over 10 minutes of possession in the first quarter. Stallions had the ball for just 4 minutes and 59 seconds. Although the Stallions outgaining the Renegades, actually, I don't think that's correct. No, that's not right. Maybe it is. I just refreshed it. It's the same. But the Stallions outgaining the Renegades 69-58. And they're averaging 6.3 yards per play. Renegades 3.6 yards a play. But turnovers, big thing, obviously, in any game. And the Stallions have turned it over twice already. Twice on 2 drives. Let me see if I can find turnovers. The Stallions, they'd thrown 3 interceptions, which was tied for the most in the league coming into this week's game. That doesn't track fumbles. Let me see if I can find these stats real quick. All right, let's see. The Stallions, they've given it away 4 times, which is second most in the league. Only behind the Showboats, who've turned it over 5 times. All right, they're back from commercial. We enter the second quarter. Renegades with the football and a 3-0 lead. Renegades with the ball roughly midfield. Stallions 3-time spring football champs. Renegades look to extend their 2-0 start. So empty backfield here for Luis Perez. Ball exactly on midfield. Sal Canelo comes across the formation. Will hand off Hunter right side. And he's going nowhere. Lonnie Perkins, he's been great to start the year for the Stallions. Takes him down for a loss of a yard. And it's 3rd and 7. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. So 3rd and 7. Perez in shotgun back to his right. From their own 49. And everybody moves here. Both sides. I think this is going against the defense, but I'm not sure. Yeah, we got offsides against the Stallions. We'll go with the Renegades a free 5 yards to make this an easier 3rd down. So it's 3rd and 1. And we get a new quarterback in, Holton Ellers, the former ECU quarterback, comes under center here for this 3rd down play. A lot more of a runner than Luis Perez. He'll hand off here. Kalen Balaj going to have a 1st down as he fights through contact and moves the sticks. And now Perez comes back into the game at quarterback here for the Renegades. Ellers with the team last year, maybe the year before, I can't remember. I think it was just last year, though. Hasn't really seen much playing time, but solid player. Good runner. He's a bigger guy than Luis Perez. More mobile. Anyway, I don't know why you can't just go under center with Perez, unless he's not as comfortable. Touch pass forward here. Oh, we got flea flicker back to Perez. He's got all kinds of time. Perez going to launch way downfield at the end zone. Broken up. Incomplete. We got a flag down. Tyler Vaughns was the target working against JoJo Tillery. A flag is down inside the 5. We got defensive pass interference here. Gonna go against JoJo Tillery. Yeah, that is interference. It's the classic. Ball is underthrown. The receiver has to jump back into it. Set up with the ball down inside the 5-yard line. They spot foul here in the UFL. 4 penalties, 35 yards against the Stallions. Wait a minute. Is it not a spot foul? I thought it was. Alright, apparently not. The ball's on the 28. Perez off play action over the middle behind his receiver Winstead and incomplete. But I like the previous play for the Renegades. They act like they're going jet sweep, touch it to Javonta Payton, then flips it back to Luis Perez. Almost had a big play. Second and 10. Perez looks to throw, has time. Perez gonna take a shot. Downfield, incomplete. We got another flag that comes in. Oh, I don't know about this one. This looks like it's gonna be another pass interference against the Stallions. Again, Tyler Vaughn's the target. I believe that's his 5th or 6th target already. Again, we got defensive pass interference. Let's see. Man, I don't know about that one. There's contact there, but I don't really think he's making a huge impact so he can't catch the ball. I can understand it. I don't love the call, though. That's the 4th penalty against the Stallions on this drive. And with the play clock winding down here, we got a timeout call by the Renegades with 12:05 to go in the first half. Like, I mean, that pass interference call, like, I definitely understand it. I can see where they're coming from, but I don't love it. Because, I mean, yes, there's contact. He hits him in the arm a little bit, but I still think it's a catchable pass. And I don't think it's something where it's obviously interference like that. Like, I don't hate the call, but I'm not sure if I love it either. So we wait for them to come back from commercial at the timeout. First timeout spent by either side here in this game. All right. Now they're back from commercial. Renegades with the ball. Got the ball inside the Stallions' 20-yard line. 12:05 to go in the first half. Renegades up 3-0. First and 10 here from the 13. Isaiah Winstead motions across the formation. Now he goes back the other way. We'll go to the ground here with Kalen Balaj, and he's got nowhere to go. Stuffed at the line. And it's 2nd and 10. Balaj, a former NFL running back, spent some time with several teams, most notably the Chargers, where I believe he played a couple of games. Like started and played meaningful snaps. So 2nd and 9. 7 plays, 63-yard drive so far for the Renegades. 5.5 minutes off the clock. Perez in shotgun, Balaj to his right. Perez looks to throw, has time. Underneath there, Sal Canella, and he's wrapped up right there. Nice tackle in space. And it brings up 3rd down. Nice tackle in space there for the Stallions. 3rd down and about 5. 11 minutes to go in the first half. Renegades up 3-0, looking to extend that lead. Renegades 1 for 4 on 3rd down. Peyton motions across the formation. Play clock at 2. They'll get the snap off. Perez looks to throw. Perez, pocket collapsing, and Perez dropped for a sack. A big sack for the Stallions defense. And it's 4th down. It's number 90, Ane. He had a big game last week with 2 sacks. Another one here this week. And it's 4th down. So the Renegades will be forced to settle for another field goal. A 32-yarder centered in the field. And this kick is right down the middle. So it's now 6-0 as the Renegades lead. So the Stallions defense keeping them in the game right now because the offense, all they're doing is turning the ball over. The Stallions will get the ball back. 2 drives, 2 turnovers for them. The second one very costly in the red zone. Stallions so far, they've been decent. Corral 4 of 5, 60 yards, and an interception. Haven't ran the ball too well, though. 6 carries, 11 yards. 10 of them have come from Matt Corral. But the Stallions, they're moving the ball their last drive. And then fumbled at the goal line. It was an 8-play, 69-yard drive. Took 3:39 off the clock. And we'll see if they can continue to build on that and actually get points this time. The Renegades go 10 plays, 61 yards, a long drive. Takes 7:05 off the clock. And the Stallions can get the ball back down by 6 with 9:56 to go in half number 1. The Renegades have had the ball for over 15 minutes compared to the Stallions' 5 minutes. So far, results in the poll, 80% of you guys said the Renegades will win, 20% have said the Stallions. Be sure to vote if you have not already done so. So 9:56 to go. The kick is going to be returned here by Amari Rogers. And Rogers crosses the 30 to the 32. And that is where the Stallions will take over for their 3rd possession. That was 2 drives, 2 turnovers for the Stallions. First one was a pick thrown by Matt Corral. The second one was a fumble by Jay Sternberger inside the 5. So 1st and 10 here from the 32. Corral in shotgun. Ricky Person, the back to his left. Person motions out of the backfield. Corral looks to throw. Corral going to take a shot deep down the field. Double coverage. Oh, it's caught! And there's a flag. No, it actually got dropped. He had it for a second. Couldn't control it through the ground. But we do have a flag. It's going to be pass interference against the Renegades. No! Offensive pass interference. Interesting. They're looking for the big target, Thomas, who's practically an extra tackle out there. I don't know about that one. But that's already 6 penalties, 60 yards against the Stallions. And it makes it 1st and 20. So Corral and shotgun back to his left. Person motions out of the backfield. Corral looks to throw. Underneath that is high and incomplete. Looking for Amari Rogers. And it's 2nd and 20. So 2nd and 20, 9 minutes to go in the first half. Corral to throw once again. Corral going to take a shot down the sideline. That is incomplete. And it's 3rd and 20 very quickly. Looking for Camp, number 84. They let him too far out of bounds. And 3rd and 20 here for the Stallions. 8:40 to go in the first half. They're going to empty the backfield. Here for Corral. Stallions 0 for 2 on 3rd down. Corral to throw. Renegades bring 4. Corral throws downfield. That is caught by Rogers. Stays in bounds. That's a 1st down. Amari Rogers to midfield. A big play for the Stallions on 3rd and a mile. They're able to move the sticks and keep the drive alive. They really needed that too. That's a big play. Not only yardage-wise, just in the flow of this game. They really needed that. It's a nice route by Amari Rogers. Nice throw and catch. And Amari Rogers does a great job to fight off the tackle, stay in bounds, and pick up the 1st down. So from midfield, again, they'll empty the backfield. Corral, with time, throwing back shoulder incomplete. Makes it 2nd and 10. So 2nd and 10, 7:15 to go in the first half. Corral hands off to Person. He goes nowhere, taking down at the line of scrimmage. The Stallions, they've not run the ball effectively at all in this game. Or that was actually Marable with the carry. Third and 10 from the 50. Corral in shotgun back to his left. Corral pressured. Corral just lets it go downfield, incomplete. Tight end Sternberger was the target, although covered tightly, 2 defenders in the area as well. Chris Odom with pressure there. The 2022 USFL Defensive Player of the Year. So it's 4th down, and the Stallions forced to punt. The offense definitely hasn't been great. So the punt is away here for the Stallions. Fair catch, still going 4 at the 8-yard line. Nice punt. And that is where Luis Perez and the Renegades offense will take over, still up 6-0. That drive for the Stallions, not great. A lot of incompletions. They did have that one nice 3rd down play, but that play gained 28 yards. Their entire drive was only 18 because of the penalty. That was their only positive play of the entire drive, actually. because they had the offensive pass interference, then they went incomplete, the 28-yarder, then incomplete, a run that gained nothing, and then incomplete. But the Stallions offense hasn't gone off to their best start. Still a 0 on the scoreboard. And 99 total yards. They have moved the ball decently well, but haven't been able to get in the end zone. They didn't get off to the best start offensively last week either. It took them a while to get going. I think they were only up like 3 or 6-0 at halftime. Yeah, they were up 6-0 at the half. And then they scored 15 in the second half. The Stallions, they have also been a second half team historically. In the past couple of seasons, they have always been more of a second half team. But we wait for them to come back from commercial. Renegades up 6-0. They'll get the ball back after a solid punt. Ball on the 9-yard line. 6:04 to go in the first half. So 6:04 to go. Renegades up by 6. And they've had the ball for 7 minutes more than the Stallions and run more plays, yet the Stallions have more yards. Perez and shotgun back to his right. They'll start off on the ground here. Balaj breaks a tackle and gains 2. Balaj is trying to get his shoe back on. Neither teams run the ball too effectively. Renegades 22 rushing yards, Stallions 11. Perez and shotgun, Balaj to his left. Perez looks to throw. Throwing outside, that is caught by Winningham, I believe that is. For a gain of 11 and first down. Yeah, that's Lawan Winningham with the catch out there. And they move the sticks. Luis Perez 7 of 11 for 59 yards. Under 5 minutes to go in the first half. Renegades 10 first downs, Stallions with 9. Or sorry, 5. Perez hands off here, Balaj right side, and he's taken down for a loss. Alva Tizino drops him for a loss of a yard, and it's 2nd and 11. So Perez and shotgun, Balaj to his left. From their own 19. Perez is going to look to throw. Throwing outside, is that caught? I think that's caught. Yeah, it's caught for 10 yards, a little short of a first down. It's 3rd and 1 for the Renegades. Holton Ehlers again comes in at quarterback, and the Renegades going to go with the T formation. Ehlers under center, hands off, and Devion Smith, his first carry, he's got a first down. Smith with 3 touchdowns in week 1 on 3 carries. Didn't have a carry last week, has his first carry here. And the Renegades move the sticks. So 1st and 10 at their own 33. Perez comes back in at quarterback. Balaj motions out of the backfield. Perez throws quickly, that is completed to Deontay Burnett for a gain of 2 or 3, not much. Actually, they're going to give him 4. 2nd and 6. Perez and shotgun back to his left. Could be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Perez looks to throw. Pressured. Perez dumps this off to Balaj. Bobbles it. Incomplete. Tay Crowder with the hit there on Balaj. Ball falls incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 6. The clock does run on incompletions unless you're inside of 2 minutes. I don't love that rule. I understand it that they want the game to move a little bit faster, but I think I'd maybe. So originally they implemented that rule in 2022 when the USFL had first relaunched. But yeah, I don't love that because I would probably prefer to see it maybe run from like until there's 5 minutes left in the half. I don't like it running on incompletions all the way down to 2 minutes, especially in the second half. So we wait for them to come back from commercial. Renegades up 6-0 with the ball. The Stallions do get the ball to start the second half. But the Renegades up 6-0. So they're back from commercial. 3rd and 6. Here for the Renegades. They've got 2 timeouts. Stallions with 3. Big opportunity here for the Stallions. Potentially get off the field, get the ball back to the offense, trying to put a drive together here before halftime. Perez in shotgun. Hunter the back line to his right. Perez looks to throw. Has time. Perez dumps this off. Day Hunter after the catch is taken down short of the line to gain. Got about 4, needed 6. And with a minute 50, we got a timeout called here by Skip Holtz and the Stallions. Really like that move. I mean, obviously you're going to do that. Try to put a drive together here. Got plenty of time. So it's 4th and 1. After that timeout for the Stallions, that leaves each team with 2 remaining. Put a second back on the clock to a minute 51. So 4th and 1, the Stallions defense forces a punt, and they'll get the ball back. Marquette King to punt for the second time. So the punt is away. Amari Rogers bobbles it, but calls fair catch at the 12-yard line. So that's where the Stallions will take over. They'll have 2 timeouts to work with. Minute 44 on the clock. Hold on 1 second. Just want to check something. So they got minute 44 to work with and 2 timeouts. Stallions in past years, they have been pretty good in these 2-minute situations. So we'll have to see if they can put together another drive. But it's a 6-0 Renegade lead. 1:44 to go in the first half. That was actually the same score the Stallions led by at the half last week when they were playing the Panthers. The Stallions definitely haven't looked great in their first 2 weeks. Obviously, they look awful in week 1 against the Defenders. Ended up losing that game. They were better last week, but still not great. Definitely not as good as we have seen them in past years. So we still wait for them to come back from commercial. So far, results in the poll, 80% of you guys said the Renegades will win. 20% have said the Stallions. Be sure to vote if you have not already done so. The Stallions, on their first 3 drives, they've thrown a pick, fumbled inside the red zone, and then punted. Not great so far. Let's see what they can do here on this drive. Corral and shotgun, person to his right. Minute 44 to go in the first half. Corral 5 of 10, 88 yards, and an interception. Corral looks to throw. Throws underneath it as dropped by Sternberger. Low throw, but should be caught. Brings up 2nd and 10, stops the clock with minute 40 to go. So 2nd and 10. Corral and shotgun back to his right. We'll just get the snap off here with the play clock winding down. Corral throwing outside, caught. Nice move after the catch here, down the sideline. Out of bounds here at the 31-yard line. A nice catch and run. Gets out of bounds with a minute 34 to go. Corral up to 107 yards after that one. So 1st and 10 from the 31. Corral looks to throw. Corral throwing underneath that is caught, or dropped. Sorry, incomplete. Again, looking for number 88. I forget who that is. That is Cade Johnson, number 88. The target on previous 2 plays for the Stallions. Empty backfield here for Corral. 90 seconds left in the first half. Corral floats one up the seam, incomplete. Trying to find Davion Davis, although not much separation. 3rd and 10. Minute 25 to go in the first half. Matt Corral, 6 of 14, 107 yards, and an interception. Third and 10. Corral has time. Trying to find Marable out of the backfield, overthrows him, and it's 4th down. Stallions' offense just isn't looking too good today. Or this year. So it's 4th and 10. Minute 21 to go. And let's see if the Renegades can get a drive together. They've got 2 timeouts. The punt is away. And they're going to let this bounce. It's going to be down to the 30. So the Renegades, let's see if they can put a drive together. If I'm the Renegades, I definitely try to. They got 2 timeouts. Their offense definitely hasn't been great, but they've been okay. And with probably one of the best quarterbacks in the league, I'm definitely trying to see if I can do something here before halftime if I'm the Renegades. We'll probably start it off with like a draw or a screen or something like that. See if something big comes from that. From the 30, Perez and shotgun. Day Hunter the back to his left. Now he shifts to his right. Perez looks to throw. Gonna take a shot down the sideline. That's caught. Tyler Vaughn's out of bounds. Gain of 12. Nice start to the drive for the Renegades. And there's our answer. They will try to put a drive together here before halftime. Tim, they got plenty of time. Minute 7. Clock is stopped after he got out of bounds. Perez in shotgun. Back to his left. Renegades with 2 timeouts from their own 41. The delayed handoff. Day Hunter up the middle here. Hunter breaking tackles in Stallions territory. Hunter trying to cut to the outside and get out of bounds. Taken down at the 41 from one 41 to the other. The clock temporarily stops with 59 seconds left until the ball is spotted. Really nice run there. Perez in shotgun, Hunter to his right. Clock now continues to run, 50 seconds. And counting. Perez steps up in the pocket, floats one deep down the field. It is broken up. Incomplete. Looking for Tyler Vaughn's, and it's 2nd and 10. Stops the clock with 43 seconds left here in the first half. Perez leads him a little further. Probably caught, a little underthrown. Vaughn still has a chance to make the play. It goes right through his arms. Play clock winding down here. They'll get the snap off. Perez, with time, zips one over the middle. Oh, what a throw and catch to Canella to the 15-yard line. That was a perfect throw from Luis Perez. A great catch by Sal Canelo as well to go up and get it. What a throw and catch. 35 seconds left. The clock continues to run after they spot the ball. Perez hands off. Day Hunter up the middle, and he'll gain 5. I call timeout right here from the Renegades. 25 seconds left. You've got 2. And it looks like they do call one right here. But you go back to this throw to Sal Canelo. I mean, what a throw. That is an unbelievable throw and catch. I mean, if you underthrow that, that's either tipped or intercepted. And if you overthrow it, you have to significantly overthrow it. But what a throw and catch. After that one, Perez over 100 yards, he's up to 115 on 12 of 18. He's played well. So it's 2nd and 6. Renegades 0 for 2 in the red zone, having settled for 2 field goals. Play clock winding down. They'll get the snap off. Perez looks to throw. Throwing underneath. That is caught by Deontay Burnett for a gain of 4. And they'll call their 3rd and final timeout with 18 seconds left. I don't really like that call. There's no point in getting a 4-yard curl route right there. But, like, there's just no point in that. Because you're going to get taken down before the first down, so the clock will continue to run. And they're going to have to use your final timeout. I don't really like that one for the Renegades. I understand trying to get the first down, but I think right now, from the Renegades, I'm thinking trying to take shots at the end zone. But the Renegades are now out of timeouts. It's 3rd and 3. 18 seconds left. The Stallions with 2 timeouts. Third and 3. 18 seconds left in the first half. Perez in shotgun. Back to his right. Perez looks to throw. Perez underneath that is going to be caught by Hunter. He is taken down short of the line to gain, and they're not going to be able to kick this field goal. Oh, we got a flag down. That's big for the Renegades. That stops the clock for them. Oh, wow. It's roughing the passer against the Stallions. It's against Carlos Davis. That's big. Not only does it move the sticks for the Renegades, but it stops the clock for them as well. That's a big penalty. Carlos Davis. That's the penalty? That is the penalty. Yeah, I don't really like that one. I mean, it's a little late, but seems kind of soft. Like, he does jump at him, but he doesn't, like, nail him or anything. I don't love it. 1st and goal here for that. Stallions call a timeout. Maybe because he hits him higher? I don't know. I don't love that penalty. So it's first and goal here for the Renegades. Ball on the 2, I think. They got a couple of throws to the end zone. You can't run this because you have no timeouts. First and goal from the 2. Perez rolls to his right. Perez floats one back to the end zone, incomplete. Isaiah Winstead wanted a flag, but there is no flag. It's second and goal from the 5, or from the 2. 5 seconds left. If you're the Renegades, you got to make sure this doesn't take too long. Actually, they're settling for 3 now. I don't really like that. I think you got one more try at the end zone. As long as you can make it quick. If you want to throw like a fade or something like that. As long as it's not something long. You just got to tell Luis Perez, if it's not there, throw it away. But they're going to settle for 3. The kick is good. And that brings us to halftime. It's 9-0 Renegades. The Stallions will get the ball to start the second half. But it is a 9-0 Renegade lead. The Stallions' defense keeping them in this game because their offense isn't playing too well. And when they do move the ball, they turn it over. But I'm going to go take a quick break as I do at halftime of every game I stream. I'll be back in a couple minutes for updated score predictions, second half, stuff like that, obviously. But yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm back. Thank you guys for staying with me as I took a quick break. But the Renegades lead the Stallions 9-0 at the half. And as far as an updated score prediction goes, I originally said the Stallions would win 18-13, but they've not been playing too well. Their defense has looked good, especially in the red zone, getting some stops. But the offense has not been good. They have turned the ball over twice. Matt Corral hasn't played his best game, or really nowhere close to his best game. Hasn't been too good for the Stallions. Corral completing 40% of his passes. And most of his 107 yards actually came on that one drive. He's got 107 yards. Let's see. 21, 12, 24. 47. Or, actually, 57 of his 104 yards. Over half his yards came on that one drive for the Stallions, which ended in a fumble at the goal line. But as far as an updated score prediction goes, I would like to say the Stallions, but they have just not looked good. I mean, historically, they are a second half team, but I just don't trust them from what I've seen. And let's go with the Renegades, and we'll go Renegades by a score of, I don't know, give a touchdown, say a 2-point conversion, another field goal. So what's that? 11. We'll say the Renegades like 20-9 or something like that. But it hasn't been too great for the Stallions' offense so far. But going over stats from the first half, starting off with player stats for the Renegades. Luis Perez played a nice first half. 14 of 21, 120 yards, no touchdowns or interceptions. On the ground for the Renegades, Day Hunter, 5 carries, 27 yards. Kalen Balaj, 9 carries, 16 yards. And Davion Smith, 1 for 4. Then receiving, Sal Cannella, 2 catches, 30 yards. Tyler Vaughn's, 3 for 22. Isaiah Winstead, 2 for 22. Kalen Balaj, 1 for 15. Lawan Winningham, 2 for 12. Deontay Burnett, 2 for 7. Devonta Payton, 1 for 7. And Day Hunter, 1 for 5. Then for the Stallions, Matt Corral is 6 of 15 for 107 yards, no touchdowns, and an interception. Corral is actually the Stallions' leading rusher as well, with 2 carries for 10 yards. TJ Marable, 4 carries, 2 yards, and Ricky Person Jr., 1 carry for a loss of a yard. I would definitely like to see the Stallions try to establish the run. I get they haven't run the ball effectively. Taking away their 2 quarterback runs, you've run the ball 5 times for a yard. But I mean, this is a run game that should be pretty good. You've got 2 great backs. You've got an offensive line that should be decent. I'd like to see them try to establish the run. Pass heavy first half. Definitely think they'd have some more success if they would try to establish the run. You know, I'm not saying exclusively run the ball in the second half. I mean, come out, get the ball first. I don't know, try a run play on first down, depending on that result. Try a run play second down. Something like that. That's what I would say. Then receiving for the Stallions, Johnson 2 for 43. Amari Rogers 1 for 28. Jace Sternberger 1 for 21 and lost a fumble. Davion Davis 1 catch 12 yards. Marwin Williams 1 catch 3 yards. And then team stats from the first half. The Renegades outgaining the Stallions 156 to 118. Of the Stallions averaging more yards per play at 5.4 compared to the Renegades 4.1. The Renegades have also had the ball longer than the Stallions at 20 minutes and 37 seconds compared to 9:23 for the Stallions. Well, the Stallions have been good at the red zone defensively, holding the Renegades to 3 field goal tries. The Renegades have been the better team through the air, although it is close yardage-wise, 109 to 107, but the Renegades more completions, attempts, and better completion percentage. On the ground, it has been definitely in favor of the Renegades, 47 compared to 11, but neither team really running the ball too effectively in terms of a yards per carry perspective. 3.1 for the Renegades, 1.6 for the Stallions. And then turnovers, two turnovers for the Stallions, an interception, a fumble, none for the Renegades. But the second half going to start within the next couple minutes. Let me get this ready. The Stallions, they need the offense to play better. I mean, I wonder if there's a chance they might switch quarterbacks. I mean, Matt Corral definitely hasn't been terrible, but he's not played anywhere close to his best game. But both defenses playing well. The offenses haven't been great, especially for the Stallions. I mean, a part of it I do think is they're playing a good Renegades defense, but I still think it is partly that the Stallions offense isn't playing well either. But we wait for them to start the second half. The Stallions do get the ball to start half number 2, so maybe they can put together a drive. Let me see if I can pull up their stats from... Oh, I got it. From last season. Their point differential in the second half versus the first. Well, this is the first time they've been shut out in the first half in franchise history. Hold on. Alright, I'll have to calculate that during commercials. But the kick is away, and it's returned here by Amari Rogers. Rogers with space on the return. Nearly had more, but he stripped up the 38-yard line, as it is a great return for Amari Rogers and Stallions. Maybe that can give them something to work on. Well, whatever. But the Stallions offense with pretty good field position at the 38 after a nice return. So from the 38, Corral throws downfield that is incomplete. Off the hands of the receiver Camp. That was a nice throw. Kind of a difficult catch. He did have to lay out for it a little bit. That's saw the idea there. Trying to go in between the corner and safety and cover 2. I like the idea. from Matt Corral right there. It just doesn't quite work. It is one that probably should have been caught, though. Corral and shotgun back to his left. He's now 6 of 16 passing. Delayed handoff. Marable nowhere to go. He's dragged down for a loss of a yard. And the screen does not, or draw play does not work. Just like that, it's 3rd and 11. So Corral and shotgun, Marable to his left. From their own 36. Renegades bring 4. Corral with time. Throws downfield. That is his call for a first down. Marwin Williams to the 46-yard line. They really needed that. They'll move the sticks. Nice throw and catch there. Marwin Williams running a pretty deep in route. Gets the ball inside Renegade territory to the 46. And a much-needed positive play. Much-needed first down. And they'll keep this drive alive. 18 yards on the play. Sternberger comes in motion. He'll go to the ground here. Ricky Person powers his way ahead for maybe 6 yards. Nice run there. Their best of the day from a running back. I'd like to see them stick on the ground here. 2nd and 4. Corral and shotgun, Person to his left. Corral behind Sternberger, incomplete. 3rd and 4. They went with a little RPO, it looked like. The option to run it or throw it. Corral decides to throw it. Incomplete. Probably should have been caught by Sternberger. It is a little behind him from Corral, but Sternberger probably would get hands on it. So it's 3rd and 4 from the 40. Corral pressured quickly, gets it out of his hand, and that is caught by Rogers for a first down. Another 3rd down conversion for the Stallions. And maybe they just need to be 3rd down every play. Some of their best plays today have come on 3rd downs. But Corral with a nice quick throw and catch to Amari Rogers. And they move the sticks. Again, much needed. And they get the ball to the Renegades' 31-yard line. Amari Rogers, 2 catches, 37 yards. Corral hands off, Marable right side. He cuts up the middle, and we'll gain about 4. Solid pickup. Now, again, I'd like to see them try to, or attempt to run the ball here again. We got a injured lineman down for the Stallions. That's their center, number 56. I believe his name is Cole Schneider. Hopefully he's okay. Yeah, Cole Schneider. He is the Stallions center. Hopefully he's okay. Probably their best lineman, too. This is an offensive line that hasn't played impressively well. So hopefully he's okay. Alright, let me get back to calculating the Stallions' point differential per half last season. Hold on 1 second. up to week 5 from last year. Hold on 1 second. Still waiting for them to come back from commercial break as well. Alright. They're back from commercial. Finish calculating that the next drive. Or the next commercial break. If you guys don't know what I'm doing, I'm trying to figure out the point differential for the Stallions per half last season. Because from what I can remember, they are a better second half team than first half team. I'm just trying to make sure the numbers back that up. But we got a new center into the game here for the Stallions, which could be interesting. Corral's in the shotgun. 2nd and 6. Snap is fine. We're going to hand this off. Marable up the middle for about 3 yards. And it's 3rd and 3. Keaton Sutherland, the guy who's moved all around the offensive line for the Stallions. He's now in its center. I believe he played left tackle last week. They moved him all around. He's actually listed as their backup left tackle, left guard, and center on their depth chart. Here's a quick throw. Incomplete. Trying to find Davion Davis down the field. But it's incomplete. 4th and 3. And let's see what the decision is here for Skip Holtz. It's going to be a field goal try here for the Stallions. Harrison Mevis to attempt it. I think he went 2 for 2 last week, if I recall correctly. Made a 50-plus yarder in week 1. He has 4 of 4 in the season, a long of 53. This is a 42-yarder from the right hash. And the kick from Mevis right down the middle. The Stallions are finally on the board. It takes them 35 minutes to do it, but they finally get points. And it is 9-3. Still yet to see a touchdown in this game. But points for the Stallions. Better than something you could say about any of their other drives. Alright, let me get back to calculating this real quick. And adding this up. I'm almost done. Alright, we've made it to the playoffs. Alright, now I just gotta do this math. So the Stallions' point differential in the first half last year was plus 49. And in the second half, it was... Oh no, what did I do? Hold on. Somehow I ended up in the thousands. That's clearly not right. Alright, they're back from commercial. Let me finish doing this real quick. Actually, let's just watch them. But the Renegades get the ball back. It goes into the end zone, but they're bringing it out here. Kale and Balaj on the return to the outside. Balaj to the 34. A nice return there. And that's where the Renegades will get the ball for their first possession here in the second half. Yeah, the Stallions last year, they were a plus 49 point differential in the first half, plus 82 in the second half. So they're definitely a second half team. And we'll see if they can have a second half comeback tonight. First and 10 from their own 33. Perez in the pistol. Perez throwing underneath, that is caught by Deontay Burnett. And he's wrapped up very quickly after a gain of just 3. Both teams trying to get the ball out of their quarterback's hands quickly. Both teams have also been pass first so far. Perez in shotgun, Balaj to his left. 9.5 to go in the third quarter. Renegades up 6. Here's Balaj, lots of space right side. Kalen Balaj inside Stallion territory to the 43-yard line before he's finally taken down. Big play there for the Renegades. The best run of the day for either side so far. And a really nice run there. He had a lot of space. Really nice job up front by the Renegades offensive line. And there's just nobody on the second level there for the Stallions. Really nice run. Draw play. Here's Balaj once again, although this time no space, as he goes down at the line of scrimmage. Second and 10. Empty backfield here for Luis Perez. Play clock at 5. Hunter motions into the backfield. Somebody comes flying across the line of scrimmage. He's pointing at the left tackle's foot, saying he moved. Let's see the call. It is a false start. That'll back him up 5. Against the left tackle Lee, and it's 2nd and 15. Let's see. Yep, he flinched. That is definitely false start. It's the first penalty of the day against Arlington. Of the Renegades, or Stallions, with 7 penalties for 63 yards. Here's a quick throw underneath, called by the tight end Canella. And he gains 5, gets the penalty yards back, and it's 3rd and 10. This is a big third down here. If you're the Renegades, you're not really in field goal range. Although could potentially, with how much you get. If you get to the 34, it'd be a first down. But say you get to 35, you might attempt a 52-yarder. But we'd have to see. But 3rd and 10, big play here for both sides. 7 minutes to go in the third quarter, or 7:05 to go. Perez in shotgun, Hunter motions out of the backfield. Stallions rush 3, drop 8. Perez throws underneath. That is caught. Takes a big hit there. Ball comes out. Let's see, I think he was down first. Yeah, they're going to say he was down. So it's 4th down. The Stallions, they get a stop, and let's see what the decision is here for the Renegades. I think he's down first. Tay Crowder with a big hit on Javonta Payton. Yeah, I think his knee is down right there before the ball starts to come free. So it's 4th and 2, and the Renegades, they got a decision to make here. They got the ball on the 36-yard line. The Renegades call a timeout with the play clock winding down. I think he's down first, but I'm not sure. Stallions not going to challenge, at least not yet. All right, yeah, no fumble, no challenge here for the Stallions either. But the Renegades keeping the offense out there. It's 4th and 2 from the 36. They're going to go for it here. Perez and shotgun back to his left. Stallions bring a blitz. Flag comes out and stops the play. Let's see. It's probably a false start. It is a false start. So that backs the Renegades up. It's got the tight end Sal Cannella. And now this is interesting because you're not really in a spot to attempt a field goal right here, but I also don't think you want to punt. I wonder if they might still go for this. We are just barely. And they're going to send on the punt unit here. So Marquette King comes on. And King going to try to pin the Stallions back really deep. Rogers signals fair catch at the 12. And that is where the Stallions will take over. So a costly penalty there for the Renegades. With the false start, backs them up 5 and forces them to punt. And not the best punt either. Smart from the Amari Rogers to field that right there and not let it bounce anywhere. Because the Renegades, they had some guys down there. Hold on 1 second. So we wait for them to come back from commercial. So far, results in the poll, 80% of you guys said the Renegades will win, 20% have said the Stallions. Be sure to vote if you have not already done so. So the Stallions get the ball back, Corral and the offense onto the field. It's going to be at their own 12-yard line. So they're back from commercial. Let's see if the Stallions can make it back-to-back scoring drives. Although, got to imagine at some point these teams want to get in the end zone. Only field goals so far. Renegades lead 9-3. Matt Corral is 8 of 20 for 134 yards and interception. We'll start off the ground here. Ricky Person bounces outside. Person tries to turn the corner. And a nice run for Person to start this drive. Gains 9 before he's knocked out of bounds. They'll actually give him 8 to make it 2nd and 2. Person 3 carries 13 yards. He had a nice game for the Stallions last year in the season opener against the Renegades. We'll keep this in the ground. Person this time not as much. He's very close to a first down, although I think he's just short. Yeah, it's 3rd and 1 for the Stallions. What about a wide snap? Corral, that was a lot of bad things there for the Stallions. Luckily, they didn't fumble. But the Renegades get a stop and force a quick 3 and out. It was a bad snap. Then Corral tried to hand it off, although it didn't look like there was a clean exchange between him and Person. I'm not sure if it was a designed option, but I think Corral was actually trying to pull that when he saw everybody crash down on the line of scrimmage. They're very lucky they didn't fumble right there. That was just a bad play all around. So the Stallions have to punt. Wadman on to send it away. Returned here from the 38. Nice tackle on the return. No gain on the return for Deontay Burnett. But nothing positive for the Stallions on the offensive drive either. 4:22 to go in the third quarter. Renegades get the ball back, and the Stallions not doing a whole ton. I do like the 3 plays on the ground. And I like that they're trying to run the ball even though they're not really doing it too effectively, but it's just not really working. Anything. So we wait for them to come back from commercial. Renegades outgaining the Stallions 192 to 165. I thought we might see a little bit more offense in this game, but clearly not. It is a little concerning that the the league has been very defensive so far, and I really hope we see a little bit more offense by now. Um, but just hasn't quite been the case. We've had a lot of low scoring games. I mean, I'm not saying defense is bad, but I just hope there's people who are like not as into the UFL as most people like as like fans like me and other people I know, and I'm sure you guys as well, that would see, oh, every game ends 13-10. This is a terrible league with no offense. Like hopefully the offense picks up for the or up soon, so people like that who maybe try to get into the UFL but say that it doesn't have enough offense. It's not something like that. So the Renegades with the ball back on their own 39. Perez off play action, going to go deep down the field, and that is incomplete. I don't think Burnett knew the ball was coming to him. It's 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. So 2nd and 10, 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Actually, are we getting a challenge here from Bob Stoops? Are we getting a super challenge? Oh, okay, that's where they were trying to find Peyton on a post route, but he got tangled up. So Bob Stoops is challenging a defensive pass interference. It would depend on if the ball is out of his hand or not. Because if it's a big difference if it's holding or interference. I do think this should be a penalty. Yeah, they're going to say it's a penalty. It's going to be defensive holding. What it's going to be. Super challenge rules in the UFL. A team has to have a timeout remaining. They have one challenge per game. If the first challenge is successful, they get a second challenge. And they can challenge literally anything. A penalty, a missed penalty, something like that. Anything. So it is going to be a defensive holding call. Renegades win their challenge. And then they'll get a second one. They don't have to use a timeout. So it's a 5-yard penalty with the hold. And it's still first down here for the Renegades. Balaj up the middle for about 3. Bring up 2nd and 7. Perez looks to throw here. Throwing outside incomplete. Trying to find Vaughn in the back shoulder, but never look for the ball. Brings up 3rd and 8 here. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. So 3rd and 8. Big opportunity here for the Stallions defense. Perez to throw, pressured. Perez over the middle, that is called for a first down. Sal Canella, a gain of 14 and a first down. A big throw and catch to Canella, and the Renegades move the sticks. Stallions brought 5. But Perez does a nice job stepping up in the pocket, buying some extra time, and delivering an accurate throw downfield to Sal Canella for a first down. Play clock winding down. They'll get the snap off. They'll go back to the ground. Balaj up the middle. And Kalen Balaj gonna gain about 5. Bring up 2nd and about 5. So 2nd and 4. So they'll give Balaj 6 on first down. We'll keep it on the ground. Balaj this time not much. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, but no gain. So 3rd and 4, another big third down here for the Stallions. Their defense has been out on the field for forever in this game, not just this drive, so they gotta be tired. A stop here would go a long way for the Stallions. Between getting the ball back, getting the defense a break. 3rd and 4. Perez gonna take a shot down the sideline. That is caught by Burnett. Spins out of bounds at the 16. A big 3rd down conversion for the Renegades. Really nice throw and catch to Deontay Burnett. Out of bounds with 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Nice throw from Perez. Really nice play for the Renegades. Gonna be the final play of the 3rd quarter here. 1st and 10 from the 16. Perez looks to throw. Perez pocket collapsing, rolls to his right. Perez backpedaling, taken down. Ball comes out. Perez is trying to say he threw the ball. The Stallions think they got a sack. The ball came free. I think he was down before he let go of the ball. Yeah, they're going to mark a sack back at the 31-yard line. Marvin Wilson with the sack. And it's a big loss for the Renegades as the 3rd quarter comes to a close. Let's see. Can't tell if he was down or not. I think he was. Yes, they're going to mark it a sack back at the 31. So it's a big sack there for the Stallions defense. Now they just need their offense to do something. But I mean, this also has to be hard on their defense. Because the Renegades have had the ball for nearly 30 minutes already. 28 minutes that the Stallions defense have been out there. And I mean, clearly you need your offense to keep the defense on the sideline for a little bit more. But the Stallions really need the offense to do something. I mean, they did do something, I guess, in the 3rd quarter. They got a field goal, but need to be better. So it's a second and 25 here for the Renegades when they come back from commercial and start the third quarter. Perez went down for a 15-yard loss from the 16 to the 31. Stallions need to capitalize off that. Hold them to a field goal, keep it in, or what would be a 9-point game at that point. Because remember, that is still a one-score game in the UFL with their 3-point conversion. You can get 9 points with a single touchdown. But, I mean, scoring touchdown could be a problem for these teams who haven't scored a touchdown yet. Alright. They're back from commercial. So second and 25 from their own or from the 31. Perez off play action, pressured, set up the screen here to Sal Canelo, although he's got nowhere to go. And Canelo hit in the backfield and taken down at the line of scrimmage. Ball comes out. Stallions say it's their ball. Let's see, no signal. It's Stallion ball. Wow. A huge turnover forced by the Stallions defense. Yeah, the ball is punched out. Kayava Tizino forces the fumble. And then it's recovered by the Stallions. Well, what a huge play by the Stallions defense. They're really keeping them in this game. You do have to make sure nobody was out of bounds when they recovered it, but I mean, there's just no way to tell with everybody in a huge pile over there. But the Stallions defense, they're really keeping them in this game. Forced a fumble right there. Been great in the red zone today. That is a huge play. Turnovers do get reviewed, so we got to see. They're trying to figure out who's touching the ball where to make sure nobody's touching it while they're touching the sideline. They're taking a look at it. Yeah, they're not enough to overturn it, so it's going to stay Stallion football. It's going to be first down for the Stallions at the 32-yard line. What a huge play with the defense. Might have just saved the game for him. So first and 10 from the 32. Corral looks to throw. Corral steps up in pocket, underneath, finds a receiver, and there's a nice 8 yards to start this drive. There's Camp with the catch. Still a 6-point game, 9-3. The Renegades lead the Stallions, and a huge play for the Stallions defense on the first play of the fourth quarter. So it's 2nd and 3. Corral in shotgun. Now Marable motions out of the backfield. Corral throws quickly. That is going to be caught by Davion Davis. And Davis gains about 7. And a first down. Here's the handoff to CJ Marable, and he'll gain about 3. So 2nd and 7. Corral in shotgun. Marable to his left. From midfield. Corral throws outside quickly, caught by Davion Davis. Gets a block, but gets stripped up. And a gain of just a yard. 3rd and about 6 here for the Stallions. Matt Corral is 11 of 22 for 100, or now 11 of 23. That was completed though. 11 of 23 for 150, no touchdowns and a pick. 3rd and 6. Stallions 3 of 9 on 3rd down. Person motions out of the backfield. Corral going to take a shot down the field. He overthrew Davion Davis, and it's incomplete. They were going for a corner route. I think Davis broke before Corral expected. And it's 4th and 6, and the Stallions offense unable to take advantage of the turnover. This is interesting here. Did they catch him with 12 on the field? They did. A flag comes out. The Stallions caught the Renegades with too many men on the field. And now this is interesting. Because it's going to be 4th and 1. It's a 5-yard penalty. And I wonder if the Stallions might go for this. This is a huge penalty right here. We got 12 players on the field. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down, but it is... It is going to be 4th and 1. And let's see what the Stallions opt to do here. I'm going for this if I'm them. 4th and 1. They will send the offense back out there. Wonder if they might go with the T formation. That's been their go-to short yardage play over the past few seasons. Although it doesn't look like they've got that kind of personnel in there. No, they've got too many receivers in there. So it's 4th and a yard. They're going to spread the field. Corral in shotgun back to his right. Sternberger comes across the formation. Corral throws quickly. Sternberger outside. We got a flag that comes in before the snap, and play is blown dead. If this is potentially it's a false start. I was just going to say, if this is potentially a false start, this is massive. So it's against 13. That's Davion Davis. Wow. Now did the Stallions go back and punt this again? Yeah, they send the punt unit back on. Wow, costly penalty for the Stallions. The punt is away. Fair call at the 18-yard line. And that is where the Renegades will take over. But the Stallions, again, unable to do anything offensively. and potentially wasted the opportunity there. But wait for them to come back from commercial. The Stallions going to need their defense to come up big again. So we still wait for them to come back from commercial. The Stallions offense not playing well. They need their offense to do something. Can't rely on their defense nonstop. I mean, you had the opportunity before. Like this past drive, you had your chance. Your defense just got the ball back, forced a turnover. But now it's Renegades ball once again. Just gotta be better for the Stallions. They have been so bad on offense. 27 drives this season, 11 punts, 6 turnovers, 3 field goals, 3 touchdowns, and 3 times they've ended the half. That is not good. They have as many turnovers as they have scoring drives. So 1st and 10 here from the 19. Perez off play action, throws over the middle, knocked down. Incomplete. Really nice defensive play there. Devontae Payton, the intended target. So 2nd and 10. Handoff up middle to Day Hunter, and he'll gain 2. So 3rd and 8. So 11:15 to go, so still plenty of time. A big opportunity here for the Stallions. Need their defense to come up big once again. They'll bring 4. Drop everyone else to sticks. It's a screen here to Day Hunter, and he's taken down short. Needed 8, got 4. And the Stallions defense, again, gets a stop they need. But they need the offense to do something here. So the Stallions offense can get the ball back, but they have just done nothing. So Marquette King to punt for, I believe, the 3rd time. And Davion Davis on the return to the 43. So good starting field position for the Stallions. And Matt Corral and the offense back onto the field. We'll see if they can capitalize off the good field position. 10 minutes, 11 seconds to go. Still without a touchdown in this game for either team. And we'll see if the Stallions offense can do anything. The Stallions offense so far today, they've gone 3 plays, 2 yards, interception. 8 plays, 69 yards, lost a fumble. 6 plays, 18 yards, and punted. 5 plays, 19 yards, punted. 10 plays, 38 yards, kicked a field goal. 3 and out, 5 plays, and a punt. They have not been good. It's so weird to see the Stallions offense be this bad. I mean, this is an offense, they were great in 2022, had the MVP in 2023 and 2024, and here in 2025, they can't do anything. It's so weird to see. But we wait for them to come back from commercial. Still a 6-point game. Attendance for tonight's game, 10,126. The Stallions' average last season was 10,220 or 55. So pretty solid attendance, I'd say. So we're back from commercial. Corral and the offense back on the field. Got to get the offense going. Corral's 11 of 24, 115 interception. Corral to throw here. Pump fakes. Corral pressure throws downfield that is low. Is that caught? Johnson the target. Yeah, they're gonna give him a first down. So completed catch there. Nice job by Corral to make an accurate throw. I think that was caught. I can't tell. It might have bounced, but it might have also bounced off his hands. Really can't tell from that angle. Actually, it's incomplete. So 2nd and 10. Corral looks to throw. Corral with time. Throwing outside that is caught by Austin Watkins. And he'll gain 8. Watkins back with the Stallions. Wasn't with them last year. He was actually on the Cleveland Browns last year after he had a huge preseason with them. But he's back with the Stallions here. College basketball over viewership / attendance may go up. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I really do have high expectations for attendance and viewership this week. Because, yeah, you've got no college basketball, and I mean, you've got some of the biggest, or the best attendance teams hosting games. Battlehawks, Stallions, Panthers, and then the Showboats, who aren't great. Here's a quick throw to Amari Rogers for a first down. And the Stallions move to 6 on 3rd and short. And then viewership, I'm expecting it to be a pretty good week. I mean, you got a couple of games on ABC right after one another, and one of those is battle between two 2-0 teams. So I think it should be a pretty good week for the UFL. Hopefully the games are a little bit better than this one, though. I'm not sure this one's caught. Rogers doesn't catch it cleanly. I don't know if he hits the ground or not, though. They go quick, and play stands. Corral zips one incomplete, too high, and off the hands of Marwin Williams. And it brings up 2nd and 10. Corral definitely has struggled today. 13 of 28 for 164 and an interception. Corral looks to throw here on 2nd and 10. Has plenty of time. Corral downfield, that is caught. Wow, what a tight window throw to the 17-yard line to the tight end, Thomas. What a big throw and catch there. That was a tight window for Corral to throw into. He's able to fit it in there. To Jordan Thomas. Maybe that can give them something positive and spark the offense a little bit. Nice throw. So from the 16-yard line, Corral in shotgun with the back to his left. Corral looks to throw, pressured. Corral rolls to his right on the run. Corral pump fakes, and he's going to keep it himself. He gains 6 on the scramble, getting out of bounds at the 10-yard line. We'll make it 2nd and 4. 7:13 to go. So it's 2nd and 4. Stallions currently on one of their best drives of the day. 6 plays, 48 yards. From the 10, Corral looks to throw. Corral throws incomplete. Looking for Johnson, too high and incomplete. Make it 3rd and 4. Wonder what the decision here would be for the Stallions if they don't convert. The first time they've made it to the red zone today. 3rd and 4 from the 10. Corral pressured, rolls to his left. Corral on the run, throws downfield. That is off the hand of Watkins and incomplete. And it's 4th down. Now it's decision time. Do you kick the field goal and cut it to a 3-point game, or go for it? I think I'm going to go for this. Your offense has struggled all day. You've managed 1 field goal in the entire game so far. I think I go for this. And if you don't get it, you rely on your defense again, which has kept you in this game. Even if you kick a field goal, you need your defense anyway. So I'm going to take the chance and go for it right here. That is what the Stallions would do. 4th and 4. Corral looks to throw. Has time. Corral over the middle, that is broken up. Incomplete. Looking for the tight end, Thomas. And the Renegades defense comes up with a red zone stop. Donald Payne in coverage against Thomas. That's just not a good throw from Corral. He's throwing into a tight window. He throws it behind his intended receiver. I don't love it. He hasn't been the most accurate player today. I just don't think Corral has played that well at all. And when you talk about a potential quarterback switch for the Stallions, I don't love Case Cookus. I mean, I think he's a solid player, but I don't really think he'd be the best in this Stallions offense. I mean, Cookus didn't look too good last year when he was with the Showboats. Didn't really make quick decisions. I don't really like the other options the Stallions have at quarterback, especially with Magoo hurt. People were saying they should go to Magoo after he struggled week 1. Clearly, Matt Corral is not really the answer. So the Stallions need their defense to get another stop. Renegades the ball on their own 10-yard line, 5:37 to go. And the Stallions defense has kept them in this game so far. Stallions going to rely on their defense once again to continue to keep them in this game. 5:37 to go. There is a chance the Renegades can run out the clock. They've had 3 drives at about 4 minutes, and they had one take 7. Actually, they had 4 drives of about 4 minutes. So the Renegades with the ball here at their own 10-yard line. Let's see what they can do. Stallions defense get another stop. They go back to this 4th down. I'm looking elsewhere right now. I don't see anyone else open for Corral. So he was kind of in a tough spot. Nobody really getting much separation. He also did get the ball out of his hands fairly quickly. Handoff here for the Renegades. Blaz dropped for a 4-yard loss. Big tackle by Ane. And it's 2nd and 14. This is a really good Stallion defense. And they've had an unbelievable game. Renegades averaging 3.1 yards a carry. Going to need to lean on that run game now. Try to wear out this clock. Or run out this clock, whatever. 2nd and 14. Balaj motions out of the backfield. Perez throws quickly, caught by Peyton. He gains 7. Perez 21 of 30 for 172. No touchdowns or interceptions. Actually, it just updated. 22 of 31 for 179. 3rd and 7. Stallions defense needs to stop. The Renegades are 5 of 12 on 3rd down. Perez looks to throw. Stallions bring 3. Perez with time. Underneath, he's going to dump it off to Winningham. He is close to a 1st down. I think he's got it. Yeah, the spot comes in just past the marker. And the Renegades move the sticks. Also, I said the wrong guy. This is Isaiah Winstead with the catch. Just barely enough there. As he fought for the 1st down. Renegades move the sticks. So it's 1st and 10 from their own 20. They got just enough to move the chains. That's got to be delay a game. Yeah, delay a game here. Against the Renegades, backs them up 5. 1st and 15, 3:36 to go in the 4th quarter. So 1st and 15. Perez in the pistol, Balaj behind him. Balaj gets it straight ahead, and he's got nowhere to go. Maybe a yard or two, but not much space. So 3:20 to go in this game. 2nd and 13 here for the Renegades. Stallions defense needs to get a stop. Perez in shotgun. Balaj to his left. From their own 17, Peyton comes in motion. We're going to look to throw here. Perez with time. Lots of it. Perez now dancing around, rolling to his right. Perez back in the end zone. He's just going to throw this away. So it's 3rd and 13. Stallions defense needs to get a stop. Luis Perez, 121 yards in the 1st half, 65 here in the 2nd. I wish the clock stopped there in the UFL. The clock doesn't stop on incompletions unless we're inside of 2 minutes. really not a huge fan of that rule. Play clock winding down, and Renegade's going to burn a timeout. Here with 2:24 to go. Gonna be their second timeout. The Stallions still have all three. Now, if you're the Renegades, what do you call? Do you run this? Do you throw this? Like what's the thinking here? I think if you run it, you can take it as a 2-minute warning. That'll take 24 seconds. But you're also probably not getting 13 yards. But if you throw it, you risk. Actually, the clock's going to the 2-minute warning regardless if it's incomplete or not. See, that's why I wish the clock didn't stop. Or the clock stopped at incompletions. I would say throw it because the clock's going to run either way. 3rd and 13 from their own 17. Perez in shotgun, Balaz to his left. The Stallions bring 4. Perez pressured. Perez gets rid of it underneath. Now the Stallions going to rally the football and take him down. And they're going to call a timeout right here. Okay. So Skip Holtz is going to make sure he can get a play in before the 2-minute warning. The Stallions can get the offense or the ball back to the offense. 2:19 to go. And the Stallions defense comes up big once again. So Marquette King on to punt it away. And King punts it. Amari Rogers fields at the 20. Rogers on the return is taken down at the 29. 2:09 to go. So the Stallions going to have a play before the 2-minute warning. And let's see what their offense can do. Got to do something. Last drive, turned it over on downs inside the red zone. It was the first time they've made it to the red zone in this game. Renegades defense tonight, they've played well. 3 points allowed, 232 yards allowed, and 2 turnovers forced. So 2:09 to go. Stallions have 2 timeouts, down by 6. Bob Stoops is over talking with the officials. Not sure about what. He He's challenging a potential block in the back. So it's going to be Stallion football. That's not the difference. But he's looking for a block in the back. I don't know what the exact rule is in a block in the back, but what kind of looks like a block in the back to me. Or he's saying it's, let's see, they're reviewing it. Mike Pereira says it's more of a side block and it's not going to be an illegal block in the back. So the Renegades, that is their 3rd and final timeout, and they're now out of challenges as well. I also don't really know how hard he definitely got blocked because it kind of seemed like he was diving to the ground to try to make a tackle too. So 1st and 10, 2:09 to go. It's Stallion football on their own 30. Corral looks to throw, has time. Corral throws outside, caught by the tight end Sternberger, who picks up 4, and that brings us to 2-minute warning. So we got 2 minutes left in this game. Renegades up 9-3. The announcers were just saying this, and I forgot about this. The Renegades, they gave up a touchdown late last week in their win over the Roughnecks. And if the Roughnecks scored a 2-point conversion as well, they would have had that game get tied. Now the Stallions only need a touchdown to tie it, and any type of conversion would put them in the lead. So we got 2 minutes left. It's going to be a 2nd and 5 for the Stallions on their own 34. The Stallions have 2 timeouts left. The Renegades are out of timeouts. As long as the Stallions have a timeout remaining, they can challenge any play they want as well, if they need to. So we still wait for them to come back from commercial. So they're back from commercial. The Stallions, their last home loss was 2023 against Houston. 2nd and 6. Corral empty backfield. A look to throw. Corral with time. Corral almost threw an interception. Tight window throw. Looking for, I believe that's Jalen Camp. I think sometimes Corral thinks he can fit the ball into places where he really can't. He nearly just threw away the game. 3rd and 6. Corral and shotgun, person to his right. Stallions are 4 of 12 on 3rd down. Corral looks to throw. Throwing quickly, that is broken up. Trying to get it to Davion Davis. Can't connect, and it's 4th and 6. Now, you obviously got to go for it here for the Stallions. 4th and 6, minute 49 to go. So let's see what the Stallions can do. 4th down and 6. Play clock at 2. They get the snap off. Corral gonna take a shot down the field. It is intercepted. Picked off at and return to the 45-yard line. It's intercepted. That seals it. And the Renegades going to knock off the Stallions in a defensive battle, 9-3. This might sound crazy. There was early movement from the Stallions. I'm challenging that and saying false start. That's going to give you another chance at this play. The left tackle did jump early, but it wasn't called. So if I'm the Stallions, it sounds crazy to say you missed a penalty against us, but the Stallions, if I'm them, I'm challenging this, throwing the challenge flag. You missed a false start on the left tackle, which you did. So let's see. They're reviewing something. I'm not sure what they're reviewing. They are going to put the false start on the Stallions. Wow. It's going to be 4th and 11 from their own 29. Minute 40 to go. The clock's going to get reset to 1:49. Wow. I bet you the Stallions have never been so happy to see a false start. So it's 4th and 11. Going to give them one more chance. Oh, the Stallions didn't have to challenge it because the command center can correct anything in the last 5 minutes of the game. It doesn't have to be challenged. So 4th and 11 from their own 29. This is nearly the onside kick alternative in the UFL. That's 4th and 12 from the 28. So it's 4th and 11 from their own 29. Empty backfield here for Matt Corral. Looks like man coverage across the board. Corral rolls to his right. Corral on the run, throws downfield. Got it! First down, Stallions. Marwin Williams makes the catch, a gain of 12. And Williams is hurt after that one. He goes limping off the field. He's not going to make it off the field. Hopefully he's okay. Williams is able to make it off the field as he gets back up. I was hoping Marwin Williams is okay. But he bent a weird way on that play. Oh, man. That looks quite painful. But a big throw and catch from Corral to Marwin Williams. So let's see exactly what the clock rule is here. The Stallions call a timeout to avoid a 10-second runoff. Marwin Williams today has 4 catches for 42 yards. That is easily the biggest catch he's had. Been with the Stallions all 4 years. Tore his Achilles in the season opener a couple years ago. Back with the team. Really nice player. Corral, over the middle, through the hands of linebacker Donald Payne and incomplete. Corral makes some really risky throws. So 2nd and 10. So it's 2nd and 10. Corral looks to throw. Throwing outside, that's caught by Jordan Thomas. Breaks the tackle, and Thomas out of bounds. Gain of 15. That's what the Stallions need. More high percentage completion. 15 yards. Get out of bounds, stop the clock. Minute 30 to go. That is exactly what they need. So 1st and 10, 90 seconds to go. Empty backfield here for Matt Corral. He's 17 of 38 for 224, no touchdowns and interception. From the 43, play clock winding down. He'll get the snap off. Corral throws outside, caught Davion Davis. There's another 10 yards, takes just 4 seconds off the clock. It's a 1st down for the Stallions. Minute 26 to go. That's exactly what they need. Matt Corral hasn't played well today, but I think a lot of people would probably forget about that if he's able to lead them on a game-winning touchdown drive right here. Or maybe not entirely forget about it, but that could be big. How is Marvin Williams back on the field? That guy just got bent in like every possible direction, and he's back out there. 2nd and 10, Corral looks to throw, has plenty of time. Corral directs traffic, pump fakes. Corral gonna float one way downfield. It is incomplete. Took a shot at the back of the end zone. I really don't think that was a smart decision. I think if I was Corral right there, the best decision would have been to just run it. Gain 6-7 yards, get out of bounds. Yeah, he was getting probably 10 yards on a scramble. Plus getting out of bounds to stop the clock. So 2nd and 10, minute 15 to go. Corral going to try to run here. And Corral, he's going to get taken down short of a 1st down. He should have run the other play, not this play. The clock continues to run, a minute left. It's 3rd and 2 here for the Stallions. They do have one timeout. 3rd and 2. Corral, they're going to hand this off. Marable has a 1st down. He gains 5. The clock temporarily stops with 47 seconds left. And will resume when the ball is spotted. They got to get on the ball quick here. 45 seconds left and counting. Clock continues to run. They're wasting a lot of time right here. Down to 35 seconds. Down to 30. Corral off play action. Looks to throw. Corral to the end zone. Wide open touchdown. Jalen. No, that is not Jalen Camp. That's Johnson. I don't know who that is. Johnson, number 88. We got a flag down, though. It's Cade Johnson. It's going to be a defensive holding call. It's going to stand touchdown Stallions. Cade Johnson. Wow. The Stallions offense finally does something. Wow. So it's a touchdown for the Stallions. Cade Johnson. And the Stallions can go for 1. Remember, you have to run a scrimmage play. It's going to be a 1-point try from the 2 to try to take the lead and probably the win. Corral looks to throw. It's a quarterback draw. Corral is in. Stallions take their first lead of the day. It's 10-9 with 26 seconds left. I love the play call there. Corral, quarterback draw. Stallions up 10-9. What a drive there for the Stallions. Corral finds Cade Johnson in the back of the end zone, wide open. And in the quarterback draw on the conversion for most likely the win. What a drive there for the Stallions. They take the lead. And remember, that false start penalty was huge for them. That saved the game because they had just thrown an interception on that play if the false start wasn't called. The kick going to be brought out from a few yards deep in the end zone. I don't really like that decision, but the return here to the 31-yard line. And let's see what the Renegades can do. 20 seconds left. They're out of timeouts. So let's see. What can the Renegades do? From their own 31, 20 seconds left. Perez over the middle. There's Tyler Vaughns. Vaughns going to go down here with 14 seconds left. For the Renegades. I spiked this right here. They do. Spike it with 12 seconds. They can get a couple of plays, see if they can get into field goal range. If not, throw a Hail Mary. Luis Perez is 25 of 36 for 204 yards. Perez in shotgun, Balaj to his left. From the 45, Perez to throw. Rolls to his right. Perez just throws it away. 6 seconds left, and now you might have to throw a Hail Mary. You probably do. I'm not sure if the Renegades would risk trying to get a 5-yard play real quick. So 3rd and 10. 6 seconds left. We're going to throw it out to Canelo. He's got to get out of bounds. Okay, they're just going to go with the laterals right here. I don't really like that. We're going to throw it back. It's going to skip out of bounds. The game is over. What a comeback for the Stallions. They win it 10-9. That might be the ugliest win you'll ever see for the Stallions. But they found a way to do it. It's what good teams do. They found a way. Cade Johnson with a touchdown from Matt Corral. Quarterback draw to win it. Final score 10-9. Defensive battle. And the Stallions win it. They improve to 2-1. The Renegades fall to 2-1. Wow. What an ending. The Stallions somehow find a way. I don't think either team played very well on offense. Matt Corral definitely didn't play too great. He was awful outside of that final drive. But, I mean, Corral didn't play well at all. The Stallions, they went for 26 seconds in this game, and they won. That is crazy. far as quarterback goes going forward for the Stallions, I think you stick with Corral. I mean, he played one of the worst games you'll see out of him in today's game, but this is also a really good Renegades defense. But I think you got to stick with Matt Corral at least for next week. If he struggles again, then maybe you have a conversation at quarterback. Maybe you go give it to Case Cookus or go find somebody else. I don't know who their third quarterback is right now. Who is their third quarterback? Hold on. Let me look for it. The Stallions' third quarterback is Andrew Peasley. I've never heard of him. But, yeah, I mean, if Corral struggles again next week, then maybe you have a conversation about a quarterback switch. But, I mean, you found a way to do it. I think give Corral another chance as a starter. Who do they play next week? Week 4, the Stallions, they play the Roughnecks. Okay. So, I mean, you can practically experiment with that game because of how bad the Roughnecks are. I mean, obviously, if you're the Stallions, you don't want to overlook them, but you can maybe experiment what you have at quarterback in that game. But the Stallions come back win. They win this 10-9. That's all for this video. Thank you guys for watching, or this stream. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like the stream, subscribe, turn notifications. I do my best to post as often as possible. I stream every Friday night game in the UFL. Thank you guys for watching. I do my best to post as often as possible. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night. And I will see you next video.